Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shrady.
And my name is JeevesPeabody.
And welcome back to the channel. So today, me and Jeeves are going to walk you guys through some of the strongest teams that we found for the Holiday Cup coming up. Well, it's already out. When we're filming this, it's not out yet. But we went on PvPoke, we did all the simulations, and we found some very, very strong teams for you guys to use. And if you're unsure of what Pokemon that you're going to want to build for this cup, this is going to be a good video to go through, as well as the previous video that I put out yesterday. Click up here for that one where I'm doing the battles. Today's video is just going to be going through some of the teams that I think are going to be very, very strong. And so me and Jeeves spent a lot of time on this video, so if you do end up enjoying it, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like down below. So let's get into it. By the way, I forgot to mention, if you enjoy content like this, I'd recommend you check out JeevesPeabody. She also has her own channel where she posts Pokemon Go Battle League content. So if you're interested in that, click up here, or there will be a link in the description for her channel. We both really appreciate it if you subscribe to her. Alright, enjoy the video. Enjoy the video. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the first team over here. Now, this is probably the strongest team that I can find. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at any of the simulations or anything like that on PvPoke, but some of these Pokemon are insanely overpowered. Alolan Graveler, yeah, Alolan Graveler is insane as a lead. There's not really too much that hard counters it.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's going to be annoying. It's going to be
real annoying.
It's going to be insanely annoying to deal with. So this team right here is going to be the Tryhard Sweat team. So get ready to battle this team, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, Alolan Graveler rated #1 as a lead. Vigoroth rated #1 as a safe switch. And then Frostlass is rated #4 as a closer and also #2 as a safe switch. So this team right here is going to be really good because you actually can switch into either one of your back Pokemon if you get into a bad lead. But Alolan Graveler can get shields real easily. And then once you get the shields away, Frostlass, it's over. Frostlass will just nuke everything. I would also say that if you wanted to change a couple of these Pokemon, say you don't have a Vigoroth, say you don't have a Frostlass, well, do you have an Abomasnow? Do you have a Shadow Abomasnow? Do you have a Snorlax? Snorlax can replace Vigoroth.
Shadow Abomasnow can replace Frostlass.
Very easily. And Obstagoon as well can be your safe switch instead of Vigoroth. Any of those foe fighters are going to make really good safe switches for this current meta. Well, I say current, but it's not going to change. So again, get used to seeing these overpowered Pokemon and get used to countering them.
Now this next team I came up with.
This is all her.
And I particularly like playing rock, paper, scissors. It's worked out well a lot for me. So I like to use a grass type, a fire type, and a water type. And I was looking through, and I figured that these would probably be the 3 best to put together.
And we did all of the, the hard work that you guys don't have to do on PvPoke. So all these teams that we're going to be bringing you had either B's or A's in almost every category, other than some of them had like a C in bulk. But that's just because, you can't always pick a bunch of tanks. That doesn't always make a good team. But in this case, like she said, grass, water, and fire. And
coverage. Yeah,
the coverage is really good. Plus, you've got a Charmer in the lead, so you can do a lot of damage. And then Lantern is also a really good closer for this meta. Mainly because if you can get shields, Charizard also works pretty decently as a safe switch.
Whimsicott was also best as a lead, if you remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Lantern can hit things like Thunderbolt and Hydro Pump are 2 very heavy-hitting moves. So if you can get shields with Charizard, then Lantern can, it can do a lot of work. And also Charizard, I'm really surprised that it was rated as highly as it was as a safe switch. But yeah, apparently it'll work pretty decently as a safe switch. I'm guessing because there's a lot of ice types out there, and like some of the best counters to Charizard are going to be ice types, because they hit Charizard for neutral, but Charizard also is going to hit them for super effective.
Right.
And also she was saying she has a Charizard, shiny Charizard, she was flexing on me a second ago, with Dragon Breath and Blast Burn.
Dragon Breath, like I said, with Altaria, does do a lot of damage, and it's a very fast move.
Yeah, it's insanely quick. And
difficult to count.
Yeah, impossible to count, in my opinion.
Impossible to count.
And plus, on the safe switch, Dragon Breath is going to be adding up.
Yeah, most of the time you will be hitting for neutral with the Dragon Breath, but also there are going to be a lot of ice types in this cup, so if you want to run Fire Spin, that's also pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely says on PvPoke to run Fire Spin, but if you have one that has Dragon Breath and Blast Burn and you don't feel like building another one...
Or you don't want to TM away Dragon Breath because that's a Community Day move.
Yeah, you can use either one. It'll work well either way. With any kind of rock, paper, scissors type of team, switch advantage is huge.
Yeah, very huge.
So if you need to double shield your Charizard...
You have to line up those Pokemon correctly or you could be screwed.
Right. So if you have to double shield your Charizard to win back switch advantage, that might be necessary in order to win with this team. Okay, this next team that we've got here is going to be also kind of top meta for the Holiday Cup. But again, this video is going to be about bringing you guys the strongest teams to use. And this one is going to be, it's a little bit cheaper. Magnezone is probably the most expensive thing that you can use. And it doesn't need to be a Shadow Magnezone. I just honestly think it's going to be better as a closer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys know, if you've been around for, seen my channel for a while, you know I like to run 2 Pokemon in the back, weak to fighting, and then something in the lead that deals with fighters. That was the idea I had when I set this team up. And also, Altaria is rated #1 overall for this cup, so it's going to be amazing no matter what slot you put it in. It's going to be a good lead, it's going to be a good switch, it's going to be a good closer. So that's something to know. And Altaria is also one of the cheapest Pokemon to build, other than the 400 candies you have to spend to evolve it. But it's only 10,000 for the second move. So, I mean, that's a plus, right? And it's also going to be really strong. So, now on PvPoke, it's saying to run Obstagoon with Counter, Cross Chop, and Night Slash. But personally, I think if you want to run it as a safe switch, changing Cross Chop to Gunk Shot, you should do it, in my opinion. But this is just one person talking. Who am I? I'm not PvPoke. PvPoke knows all. But mainly because if you bait out like a Whimsicott, well, you can't do anything. It's just going to be resisted Cross Chop, resisted Night Slash, resisted Counter, and you go down to 4 charms. Probably 6 charms.
Dragon Breath can do a lot of damage to a lot of things.
Yeah, Dragon Breath is pretty insane. That's what makes Altaria good, other than its stats. Altaria has really beefy stats for a Great League Pokemon. It can tank a lot of hits. Especially, think about this. Alolan Graveler has 2 Rock-type charge moves, right? And Altaria can actually beat Alolan Graveler, depending on shield scenarios, but like, just because of Dragon Breath, Sky Attack is double resisted on Alolan Graveler, so, you know, that's not going to do much. But the Dragon Breaths, on the other hand, those add up. And if you can shield a Stone Edge, or if you can call the bait and, you know, eat a Rock Blast, then you can actually beat an Alolan Graveler. That's why Altaria is so good, because of the Dragon Breath. And then basically Shadow Magnezone, once the shields are down, that thing, you know, as they say, goes to town. So, a Wild Charge, even a resisted Wild Charge, does so much. I mean, you guys have seen Magnezone in the Master League. Just imagine it in the Great League. It hits a lot harder in the Great League. Obviously, it's a lot squishier, but...
Especially as a Shadow.
Especially as a Shadow. So you got to be careful there. You got to save shields for it. But again, Altaria is pretty beefy. Obstagoon is not the tankiest, but it's also... You don't really need too many shields for Obstagoon. So I think this is going to be a really strong team. Almost choked on that. Okay, so this next team this next team we built together, and again, we've got the most overpowered lead in the lead. No surprises there. Alolan Graveler is gonna just absolutely demolish everything. I think the main reason why is the typing. Well, it's a combination of the typing and the moves it's got. There's so many ice types that are going to be kind of on the top of the meta. This thing it can hit every single ice type for super effective damage. And as well, Volt Switch gets to charge moves very quickly. And also, since there are no fighting types allowed, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it works for me in the Open Great League, but, you know, not everybody can, you know, manage their way around Spice. But anyway, so we've got Alolan Graveler in the lead here. And then I have Mandibuzz as the safe switch. Mandibuzz is going to make a really good safe switch, mainly because it's so tanky, #1, and #2, it gets to charge moves so quick. Snarl generates energy very fast, and you're gonna see there I've got Shadow Ball. You probably want to run Aerial Ace, mainly because they're one of the typings that are allowed is Grass. Aerial Ace is going to be able to allow you to hit grass types for super effective damage. And Foul Play is still going to hit all ghost types for super effective damage, other than Sableye, it'll hit for neutral. And then in the back as the closer,
Shadow Obama Snow.
That's right, the man himself, Snowbama. So Snowbama is going to be running the classic moveset with Powder Snow, Energy Ball, and Weather Ball. I know she's excited to use her Shadow Obama Snow.
Yes, I built one for Great League. Didn't super work out for me in the Great League, but might work for the Holiday Cup, so I didn't want to have built it for nothing.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out really well, especially as a closer. So with this team, you're probably going to want to play the lead out as best you can. You can safe switch Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz, again, like I said, is going to work well on the safe switch. But you're going to want to get shields with Alolan Graveler first. If Alolan Graveler goes down and you lose switch advantage, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You need shields for Abomasnow. So winning lead is not that important with this team because Mandibuzz can do pretty well up against almost anything. Don't spend too many shields. At least save one, if not two shields for Abomasnow.
Yes, Abomasnow. Squish.
Very squish.
Very squish.
But even up against, say, like a Vigoroth. Vigoroth is going to hit Abomasnow for super effective damage with those counters. But if shields are down, a couple Weather Balls is going to take a Vigoroth out. So if you can build up energy on your Abomasnow, you can pretty much sweep a whole team if it's lined up properly. Oh yeah, don't shield the Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz doesn't need shields. I don't care if you're getting hit by a discharge from a Galvantula. Don't shield. That's the one thing I really like about Mandibuzz. Probably the worst counter that you've got in this meta is going to be Galvantula. And you can get shields from that Galvantula. You're going to go down, most likely, but you'll get at least one shield from that Galvantula.
Okay, so this next team we built together, and I suggested a ground type, he suggested Stunfisk. I wanted to put it in the lead, because I hate Alolan Graveler.
Yes, and Stunfisk is going to be an absolutely amazing. It is the hardest wall to Alolan Graveler you can get. The main reason it resists rock because of that ground typing, and it does double super effective damage with ground type moves. So pretty much one Mud Bomb plus a couple of Mud Shots.
Wait, doesn't it resist the electric too?
Yeah, it triple resists the Volt Switch, and then it single resists the rock type attacks. So yeah, it's
beautiful.
It'll annihilate Alolan Graveler.
I also suggested Galvantula for the middle.
Yeah, as the safe switch, Galvantula can do really well on the safe switch, mainly because it gets to charge moves really quickly. When you safe switch, if your opponent takes too long to switch out, then you've already gotten 2-3 Volt Switches, so you're a charge move ahead of whatever Pokemon comes in. So your back line is going to be weak to Alolan Marowak, as well as Alolan Golem, as well as Alolan Graveler. So this team can work. You can play the lead out if you'd like, but I think your best bet here, in order to let Snowy Castform sweep an endgame, is to switch out of neutral matchups in the lead, switch into your Galvantula to bait out that Alolan Marowak or Alolan Graveler that's going to be on almost everybody's team. So you want to get rid of that thing before Snowy Castform
comes out.
Yeah, so then you can come back in, finish it off with Stunfisk, and then now that Snowy Castform's counters are out of the way, hopefully, it can sweep in the endgame.
So this next team I built, I wanted to build a team around Alolan Ninetales because I've always wanted to use one. And I looked at Ninetales' top 5 weaknesses in PvPoke, and 3 of those weaknesses were Alolan Marowak, Skarmory, and Alolan Graveler. I wanted to cover those with Obstagoon. And the 5th one was Lantern. The 4th one is XL Diggersby. I don't imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of those, but you never know.
Yeah.
But I decided to cover Lantern as it's likely going to be the more common one with Altaria.
Yeah, Altaria beats Lantern pretty well. Thunderbolt does do neutral damage, but it's just the Dragon Breaths add
demolish.
up.
Yeah.
The Sky Attack
Dragon Breath
resisted.
is such a good move.
Right, and most people are going to be expecting you to go for Sky Attack, so they're probably not going to shield Lantern. But if you land a Dragon Pulse, that's going to hit for a heavy amount of neutral damage.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would recommend going straight Dragon Pulse against the Lantern if you get in that matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
Obstagoon can also beat Lantern, just because it's got enough tankiness and the counters really add up. Counter is the best fast move in the game, so you're going to be able to beat... And again, Obstagoon covers almost every single one of Alolan Ninetales' weaknesses.
Right. So, yeah, that's why I built this team.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be a strong one.
It says so on the team builder, so I think it will.
On the team builder, it says it's not completely vulnerable to anything, right? But yeah, this team seems very strong. Not a whole lot of weaknesses. But mostly it was about covering Ninetales. Because I wanted to build a team around that.
And Ninetales is probably one of the better Charmers in this meta. I know it's not like rated super high on the overall PP Poke list, but the reason I say that is because Ninetales is one of the Charmers that actually can get to charge moves relatively quickly. Psyshack has a very low energy cost. It's only 35 energy. So when you're talking about Wigglytuff is has the lowest cost energy move, which is Ice Beam, which is like 50 energy, I think. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. But it's just, Ninetales is going to get to charge moves a lot quicker.
Not only does Obstagoon beat some of the top meta, like Alolan Graveler and Alolan Marowak, right? Top meta, would you say?
Yeah, for sure.
But it also beats any Ice-type Pokemon you might see because of Counter and Cross Chop.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a lot of them.
So the 6 typings that are allowed, you can see here. So Ice is super effective to Grass and Flying. It's the only one I noticed that actually does super effective damage to 2 different typings that are allowed in this cup, and that's why I think the Ice types are going to kind of rise above the rest. Alright, so this is going to be our last team that we're going to be going over today. This one I wanted to build around Shadow Raikou. So I don't know if you guys have a Shadow Raikou.
I do, and it's a 90.6%, but the candies and the Stardust.
She can't afford the 120,000 Stardust for the second move. So yeah, this is going to be a heavy investment. Now, I will say, if you want to be a scrub, which I know you do, you can change Shadow Raikou for a Alolan Graveler or a Alolan Golem. A Alolan Golem would probably replace it better. But yeah, I'm not going to judge you for it because both of those Pokemon are super fun to use. And even though they're top meta in this cup, they're usually super spice. So I will allow it. The Spice King. I guess am I the Spice King? Because we got Spice Lords. Should I be the Spice...
You sure you should give yourself that crown?
I give myself the crown. I have given myself the crown of Spice King. It has happened. This is actually the crown right here. This hat that I never take off. Yeah, this is the Spice King crown. So anyway, so we're going to have Alolan Marowak in the lead. That moveset has Shadow Ball on it. Probably Shadow Bone is going to work better. But if you have one that has Shadow Ball and you don't feel like, you know, Elite-ing it or whatever, they both work.
Shadow Bone.
Personally, I think Hex is better, but I know
Hex
a lot of people...
gets to charge moves faster.
Yeah, but there's so many ice types, so Fire Spin is really going to be the better way to go, but I'm not TMing Fire Spin onto mine. I'm using Hex. I don't give a shit. Alright, so and then we have the strongest safe switch in the game. No surprises there. Vigoroth with the same moveset it always runs, and then Shadow Raikou in the back. So the idea behind this team, and also one of the ideas that I thought running Hex would be a better opportunity on this team, is that you want to get shields. You want to get shields away super fast. So if you get, you know, Hex on your Alolan Marowak, don't even go for Bone Club. Just put Fire Blast and Shadow Bone on there. Just go for Shadow Bones all the time, and you'll get shields eventually once your opponent realizes that you ain't fucking around. And then Vigoroth again, pretty squishy, needs shields, but with this team you really can't shield. You need to save your shields for Shadow Raikou. But if you get both of your opponent's shields and you still have 2 shields, Shadow Raikou can go on an absolute rampage. Volt Switch gets to charge moves really quickly. Shadow Ball doesn't debuff you, but still hits hard. Wild Charge does debuff you, but it hits even harder. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun team to run if you have a Shadow Raikou. But like I said, if you want to run Alolan Graveler in the back there, that also works out.
Don't do it.
She said, "Don't do it." She said, "Don't be a scrub." Look, I'm going to be running Alolan Graveler on some of my teams.
Because you're a scrub.
No, because I love Alolan Graveler. I built that thing so long ago, and now it's finally top meta. I've been using it as
Shrady is using top meta.
A fringe spice pick, and now it's top meta. I'm going to use it. I'm going to get use out of it.
Everybody grab their pitchforks.
Before I even looked into the Holiday Cup meta, I had an Alolan Golem built for Ultra League Premier Cup like since season 3. I don't know, it's been a long time that I've had it, so call me a scrub if you want, but I am wearing the Spice King crown.
He's a scrub.
Well,
I'm gonna take that crown from you, and I know you don't want me to do it on camera.
This scrub is a Spice King crown. Wait, what? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Alright guys, so that is all the teams that we have to bring you today. If you went on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like rating down below. And if you haven't checked out JeevesPeabody, who is my fiance, she also does Pokemon Go content on her channel. So if you want to go and check her out, we'll leave a link in the description or maybe a card up here in the corner. You should definitely give that a click and go check her out. And if you like her stuff, be sure to subscribe for more content like that. And also, let me know down in the comments if you want to see a part 2 of this video. Both of us can make that happen. So if you like this video, let us know if you want to see another one similar to it. I really love team crafting, theory crafting, all that kind of stuff. And so does she. She has a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also fun for us to do that together. So if you enjoy it, let us know.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Alright, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Shout out to my patrons, NC Tech Freak, Northstar7620, Clapton Caveman, Daniel Sheldon, Joseph Cahill, Lana Pierce, Owen Jones, Aeon, Critterus, TVDL, Kelzam, Rain SSB, and Kareem Madat. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.